My small presentation is about my experience of Blender, and in few words, I'm an engineer and I'm working on architectural and design project with a special interest, which is perspective and space and astronautics related projects. So I've been using a lot of 3D software, but about 6 or 7 years ago, I switched to Blender for many projects. And as I say here, my question was, for years I've done many projects, and I had hundreds of pictures on models, on animation, etc. And I wanted to communicate on this project. So I have a website right now, but I wanted to do something for an application for tablet. And here is my experience for dealing with this question. And I have two parts in my short presentation. Third part is from my project. I will show you a bit of how the images I've done with Blender these last few years. Some of these projects were for fun. Some other one professionally especially with friends working in the field of astronautics, for instance, in the French space agency, the CNES. We have done many projects together. So first part, I will show you some example of projects, and after the small, modest, but it was to make an efficient tool for tablets. It's a beta version, but it should be finished next November. I have to translate contents, etc. But I will show you everything. So first, I said I was interested by a project related to space perspective. Sometimes it's some projects are pure science fiction, but most of my projects I try to do it. I've tried to realize scientific approach. I said working with specialists, etc. And I will show you some example. So my most recent project was looks science fiction, but it's quite serious. We worked with a friend, Pierre Max, who is an engineer. He's retired now and used to work with the CNES on the Ariane launcher. And 3-4 years ago, just for fun, we were thinking about what about the architecture of a space city for 10,000 inhabitants. So we worked together to define a concept, and we arrived at this concept of a city which we call Apogeos, which means far from the Earth. And it's plausible, scientific. We made many studies to have something which is realistic. So it's not my purpose here to explain everything on this space city. It's what I want to do in my application, but just few elements. So for this city, we worked after with French magazine and other media to communicate on this project. I will show you just a small animation, because starting on this project this year, I found partners to do a project. So this is, of course, the Blender source of Apogeos, our space city. But we plan to do a project in the next year. We found partner, I say, to do a special kind of presentation with two media, realizing together a short movie of about 20 minutes made with Blender, and in the same time with the partner, a French enterprise specialized in serious game, ID3Com in France. We are working on a project of serious game, and the idea is to use the two media. First, the movie for the dream, just to visit for the pleasure, I would say, the space station, what is inside, the greenhouses, the habitation, the place to live, the energy place to produce energy with solar cells, etc., with solar cells, yes, etc. And this is just a movie for fun and just for a voyage in space. And in the same time, for people who want to know more explanation, we do that in a serious game. So it's one of a project we are doing with Apogeos. I will show you a little movie, just its rush. Okay, film. So this is just studies for this space station. Let's imagine a space station. It's about 1 kilometer of radius. You have here greenhouses in the big circular area. The core of the station, which is rotating to have artificial gravity in the 3 residential area. I mean, one of them is here. You have all the solar panel for energy, so we calculate the surface, etc., etc. This is the residential area with mirror to reflect the sun. And here we are in the core of the city, and you have long cable to keep. So we made calculation from my friend Pierre Marx, done many calculations to have a realistic treatment of architecture of all this concept. So this is, in short, our project of space station. Here it is. And we made too many pictures. And just I will show you some example of picture of this project and other project. And I think Blender was quite useful because you've seen the concept of the city right now. This was our first study, quite different, but all the concepts were here. So we used a lot linked file with Blender. I mean, each part of the big model, which is quite complex, had different files related with link. So when I decided to test some kind of modification with the link of all the files together, we could study different configuration of the city. So this was the first concept. Another concept, which is quite close, but with 3 residential area on each branch of the city. And the final concept, and just some different images we've done. So this is the residential area. This is the habitation area, the habitat. So it's supposed to be for 10,000 inhabitants. So 1/3 of this population is here. So you have plenty of things. And for instance, here you have a thermal regulation area all around this big thing, the mirror. And you have ecosystem inside this part with the sun reflected by mirrors. And I am modelizing right now what is inside, so vegetation, etc., etc., ecosystems, etc., for both a film and a serious game. So I will show you some other projects we have done. Well, this is another picture from the habitat. I tried to do some classical anaglyph 3D images. I go fast on these different images. This is the greenhouses. You have circular and spherical greenhouses here. It's where we produce food and regenerate atmosphere. So we calculate the surface, etc., etc. This is the core of the city when all the shuttle arrived. And I mean, some other images. I'll show you very rapidly some project done with Blender. This image is an image from a concept which is quite old. It was a concept from an American researcher with Mr. Onay, Gérard Onay, in the 70s. He was thinking about big cities, but not for 10,000 inhabitants. I mean, comparing to this project, Apogeos, we've seen just before, it's a small space city. This one was for millions of people, big cylinder of kilometers long. So it was quite fun to simulate. And what is very useful with Blender it's to all the constraints, to manage all the constraints, because this system is rotating, so it's quite complex to simulate everything, the light, etc., etc. And with Blender, it's very useful to have all these tools. Here is a comparison of different concepts of space station. The size. In the left, you have the International Space Station, which is right now in space. I've seen in the movie Gravity, I don't know if you've seen it, it was destroyed, but I hope it's still working right now, producing many space debris. This is another concept of artificial ecosystem in space, rotating to have artificial gravity. This is a different idea. It's typically an idea of science fiction, but which is not possible today, but could be one day. Maybe you've heard about the project of a space elevator. This was one, I've done it a long time ago. I must made a new version of everything. It was about 6 years ago. So this is a kind of system to go to space, but not with a rocket, but with an elevator, which is a system with a very long cable coming from the Earth to the orbit at, for instance, 40,000 kilometers high, so you need a very long cable. It was not possible in the 70s, it was pure science fiction. But since the end of the 90s, research on nanotube, I won't develop all these things, but we cannot do that today. But maybe it could be possible in 50 or 50 years or 1 century. So we could imagine maybe 1 year this kind of concept of space elevator. A third project, another example. This is about asteroids. First, you see that this asteroid could be dangerous for the Earth. You have plenty of asteroids going near what we call the NEO, near Earth objects. So scientists are thinking about how to protect the Earth from this risk. There were some example of concept. I mean, if you remember this movie with Bruce Willis putting an atomic bomb in the asteroid, this is the worst solution because you have plenty of blocks after, so it's really the worst. So we have a soft solution. So this solution, called the Shadow mission, it was the idea of a friend working in the French Space Agency, Jean-Yves Prado. His idea was to keep the asteroid in the shadow of a big kind of umbrella. And when the asteroid is in the shadow, it suppresses some effect of the light, etc., etc., a very teeny effect. But if we keep the shadow on the asteroid for years, you can change the trajectory of the asteroid. So it could be a good way. First time we heard about that, it was a few years ago. They discovered an asteroid which is called Apophis, which could be dangerous in, I don't remember the date, 2029 or something like that. No, don't worry, it's not, we know today that it's not dangerous. But at any time we could have this kind of risk of an asteroid going to the Earth. So here is the concept of the Shadow mission done with Blender. We test the same way, different kind of concept, etc., with linked file, etc. So we send this little ship with plenty of sphere, and inside you have plenty of kind of shields, solar sail, big surface, and put the asteroid in the shadow. I go fast. So this is the solar umbrella. And this is this example of mission. But asteroid could be interesting too. For mining, you can find water, iron, chrome, etc., etc. It could be very interesting. It's a great issue. I mean, to exploit, to use all what we can find in asteroids. So I'm working too on this concept. So I imagined what I call the hamburger concept. What is the hamburger concept? Let's imagine a space station. You grip an asteroid. It's about 15 meters long or 100 meters long. And after you put these two big surface hole, so it looks like a hamburger. In that way, you can do mining in the asteroid and keeping everything safe. You don't have space debris and use everything. It's kind of mine in space. So this is the concept. And a last project, I run fast. A last project here. This is a very concrete project we have done with a non-profit association, which is called U3P in France. And we are interested by solar sail. And years ago, we wanted to organize a race from the Earth to the Moon with solar sail. You see, big sail pushed by the pressure of the sunlight. So today we are working with students on little satellites, small satellites. What we call a CubeSat is this kind of box. It's a little box of about 30 centimeters long. It's a standard for amateur satellites. And the dream would be to create this kind of prototype of a micro satellite with only amateur tools. So here is my kind of example of project. And I will show you, so I quit this application and go back to my data bank of pictures. So the question was, I had about 500 pictures, and I had many animations and models, and I wanted to do an application. For instance, here I have the images. Sorry, it's a bit slow. Okay. And for each image, so it's Aperture here, but we have many other soft to manage pictures. I have here all the information, meta information about each project. When it has been done, a short description in French and in English, the format, etc., etc., etc. So and all this information are saved inside the JPEG file. So I have all this information, and I wanted to use a very simple tool to communicate, to put everything in an application. So I come back to my PowerPoint. And just to show you a few elements. So, well, other project, this is our project of Microsat with, we call it the Demoiselle, which is the name of a dragonfly in French. Exoplanet, etc., etc. So here it was a project of a small application running. So my specification were, first I wanted to do something simple, presenting images, animation, and 3D models, interactive 3D models. Second, to be in French and English. Third, to be cross-platform. I first worked for iPad and iPhone, but I want to be compatible with Android. To use open source solution. So I decided to use Titanium Accelerator, which is open source, so I could use it freely, and it's in JavaScript, so quite easy to program. I didn't know, for instance, Objective-C for iPad. I didn't want to use it, and I could do everything. And other constraint to have native element. So I mean using native component of the tablet. So this is the program inside Titanium Accelerator. this is the source of images. I export everything, all the metadata of my picture from Aperture to Excel and after to a script in my server. And here is the application. So I don't have much time, so I will show you just a simulation of the application for the iPad. I wanted to connect my iPad with the Wi-Fi, but we have to have, it was too risky if it's too slow for the network. So here is a simulation of the application on the iPad. First, you've seen very fastly, it checks all the data once a week, it checks all the metadata in the server, and it's fully dynamic. So I just publish once the application, and after everything is on my server with not a perfect securization, but a good securization. I mean, I don't put all my image in an open folder, I have security system. So you've seen a cover flow, you can access to a description of a project. And in fact, we have 4 tabs. First, presentation of project, and logically after, the 3 kind of media, access to photo library here with high resolution images directly from the server. And you have film or movie, and you can access, for instance, this is a project of Interstellar Ship we have done with Pierre Marx. We've done with him Apogeos, but it was an older project of realistic interstellar ship to go to the next star, a few light years ago. And the third aspect is displaying models. And for that, my first objective was to use some kind of interactive 3D system, like WebGL. But it's not possible right now on iPad. It's possible on Android, but so I used a JavaScript pre-calculated animation. System is box shot, but there are plenty of systems like that. And you can move around a project. And the advantage is I can have perfect quality images, and it's very easy to do with Blender. I just have to calculate image a bit like with QuickTime VR. So here you see I can move from one project to another project, go to the image library. You can choose in the image library a subsystem, subset of images. For instance, here it's the space elevator base in the Earth. Space elevator image. You always have a small comment. You see, this is a beta version, so it's still in Latin. It's not yet translated, but it will be online, I hope, during November on iTunes. This is a movie, so HD movie you can read in the iPad. And last, I've finished. Here a list of 3D models. Here, for instance, a model of a space plane. And you see it's a bit like QuickTime VR. You can move and show all models. By the way, I think later I will modify this to have a real-time system to display 3D model. I was not able to do it right now with the Titanium accelerator, but sure, during the next year I will change. What is interesting with this kind of program, it's easy to change. I have really 5 different windows here, and I can change and develop each presentation of media. So I think it's time. I don't have much time to. If you have questions, 2 questions. If you have questions.
I was wondering if there's like any plans to release the models into the public domain, because they're kind of cool, and I mean, the first thought came to my mind is like this would make a perfect set for a movie, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Are there any plans for that?
Excuse me, I'm not sure I understand all the question.
Whether you
pardon, my English is not perfect.
Are there? Do you have any plans to release the models into the public?
If I can release models?
Yeah. Are you thinking about that? Are you considering it?
To change a model and to manage to use the application to release model regularly
into the public domain, yeah, as an open source kind of a thing.
Oh yeah, sure. I plan to really, and in the application, I will update about each month, a new release each time with new models.
If I understood correctly, the question was whether you'd release the 3D files, as in the source files, as in .blends and stuff like that. La question est si vous mettez à disposition à la communauté les fichiers d'origine qui vous ont permis de faire des renders.
I could put I could share some models. I cannot for everything, but for some models it's not possible from the application. But I said I have a website too. Right now there is no access to models, but I could put some part. Maybe next year I will add some part of .blender file or something like that, but not everything.
Awesome.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. In 5 minutes, the presentation about the Blender network will start.